certainly there's going to be a lot of rhetoric around this anniversary, and a lot of it will involve sort of China's forward-looking plans. It has a lot of things that it's aiming at. It has goals marked by years, 2050, et cetera. And so I think we will hear a lot about sort of what China's planning to do. It's increasing power, influence. It's looking for respect on the global stage. It wants to continue to grow. It always talks about how China is the biggest contributor and engine of the global economy. You mentioned the trade war with the US. I think one of the things, of course, that we're seeing now in the terms of the trade war is this hurting China more, or is this hurting sort of US competitiveness more? And I think that's an open question. So whether China is able to this week sort of mark in a way that shows that it is maturing and that it is worthy of this kind of greater respect on the global stage and greater influence, or whether it's kind of a self-serving kind of celebration, I think remains to be seen. We certainly saw Xi Jinping in the last couple of weeks make some comments that indicates maybe the Chinese know that some of their more harsh rhetoric isn't necessarily serving their designs on accumulating more soft power for China in the global environment. But we'll see if that has any sort of change or any effect on the rhetoric that we see this week around this celebration.
Susan, it's Sam here. I completely agree with you. We really do need to give the Communist Party credit where it's due. It's made remarkable accomplishments. But I just want to pick up on that point about President Xi Jinping as a leader. Some guests that we've had on our program have pointed out that he appears a little bit insecure. And yesterday he did avoid talking about some of those external challenges, which are perhaps the elephant in the room. What do you make of all of that? And also, part of my question, what are the implications of having a little bit too much power, do you think? Can that be self-defeating in some way?
Well, I think this is one of the things the Chinese Communist Party has tried to avoid, actually, in recent decades. They had this, approach of sort of, hide your capabilities and bide your time, sort of, do well, but don't, show your flag. And I think this has really changed under Xi Jinping. He has sort of become fed up with what he views probably as China not being accorded sufficient respect, of not getting enough recognition for what it's done, and has really pushed the envelope in this area. And I think there's probably a lot of discussions in China about whether or not that's a mistake. As far as Xi being insecure, I mean, the Chinese Communist Party has always been tremendously insecure, in my view, and this is not getting basically any better, despite Xi's efforts to sort of clean up the party, combat corruption, crack down on dissent, and try to eliminate sort of criticism. I think that they're still quite insecure, and that the challenges that they have to grapple with are not going to get any easier. They're getting harder.